When it comes to being hospitable, I can remember several stories that are really quite embarrassing. One will suffice. One Sunday morning, I just finished speaking at one of our multiple services. I was on the platform getting ready for the second time around, and I sensed a man standing next to me by the platform. I turned and asked, "Can I help you?" Well, he began the conversation by calling me Brother Gene. Obviously, he got my attention. Few people in my church ever called me Brother Gene, and he could see that I was searching my mind for his identity. Unfortunately for me, he knew exactly what he was doing. He captured the moment and he said, "You know me, Brother Gene. I just live across the street. I've been attending your church." Well, you know where I'm going with this story, and yes, at that moment I should have known this was a scam, but trickster that he was, he had me. "How can I help you?" I asked. He then unfolded a crazy story, which I admit I bought into. It went something like this. My wife is in the hospital and then he mentioned a certain city, and she went there to help a friend and got into a car accident. I need to go and see her, but I don't have enough money to pay for the total plane fare, and if you can just loan me $50, I can pay you back as soon as I return because I'll have my paycheck. At that moment, he had me. I looked up and I saw one of our church leaders coming down the aisle, so I quickly walked over and asked him if he had the money, sharing briefly that this man was facing an emergency. Well, you can guess what happened. The moment this stranger walked out the door with the $50, I knew I'd been taken. In fact, we were able to reconstruct what happened. This con artist saw my name as pastor on the sign outside the church building, Gene Getz, pastor. And when he walked in, he saw Don Logue, one of our elders, who was wearing a name tag. So, "Hi, Don," he said, "where's Gene?" Well, Don directed him to the platform, and you know the rest of the story. Well, I could share a few more stories with the same ending, and I'm thankful that one of my fellow church leaders said to me one day, "Gene, your greatest strength is to trust people. However, your greatest weakness is to trust people you shouldn't trust." And he was right. And I hopefully have learned to be more discretionate. But I have not ceased to believe that we should take the quality of being hospitable very seriously as a very important biblical quality that measures our Christian maturity. As believers, we are definitely to minister to those in need. We're to take Paul's words to the Galatians seriously. So then, while we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, and especially to those who are of the household of the faith. Of all people, we as Christians are to be hospitable. It's God's will. Note what Paul wrote to the Romans. We are to contribute to the needs of the saints, practicing hospitality. Note what Peter wrote. Be hospitable to one another without complaint. Note what we read in the book of Hebrews. Let love of the brethren continue. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by this some have entertained angels without knowing it. Well, hospitality is clearly a quality of Christ-like maturity. However, we should definitely develop ways to discover true needs. I trust you'll enjoy this chapter.
Good evening, fellas. That was a little intro video.
Good evening. It was quite interesting too.
Yeah. So, yeah, today's topic, sharing our resources, hospitable. So I think we all kind of been in that situation, where, someone would probably walk up to us, tell us a story, but like during the storytelling, you could probably see where they're going with the story. 9 times out of 10, they're probably about to ask you for some money or, or try to, get you to try to talk you into giving them something. I'm pretty sure we've all been in situations like that. But you have some people that walk up to you and just have genuine conversations, so that's kind of how he was saying you kind of have to, measure the situation to see if this person is, really genuine, is gonna be gonna do something responsible with what you're giving them, and etc. So that's kind of what we'll dive into today, and kind of want to know what are you guys thoughts in those situations. Like, do you, continue to give that same person something over and over? Do you feel like that person should be doing something positive with it and not having to ask you again? I hear that a lot from a lot of men as well. They feel like the first time they give that person something, they feel like they should be able to progress, forward, days ahead. But I guess it all depends. If it's a person I feel like if it's a person coming back asking for something every single day, that's kind of bad. But if it's a person kind of spreading it out by week or two, every 2 weeks, that's kind of, I kind of give them some grace on that. But I don't want you to be coming to me every week or every 2 weeks throughout the whole year. I'm like, at some point, you gotta, you gotta get on your feet, or you gotta get something positive going. And if it takes me to, pray for you on that second approach that you have towards me instead of giving you something, sometimes that makes a difference, because when sometimes when that person sees you every time, all they can think of is what you gave them. And that just gives them that eager edge to ask you for something, So why not mix it up with a prayer the next time? And that kind of probably would shock them, like, wow, and so yeah, just they're just different ways that, to share the resources we have, other than just, always giving money or just giving out something just to get somebody to stop bothering you, because I see a lot of people doing that, just giving somebody something real fast to get them away from them, like I got to give them this to for him to leave me alone, but sometimes, man, people just want your time to talk, just sit down, share some knowledge, share the knowledge that you have. It can be an incredible change, and that person, you might not see that person again because they took what you told them and made something out of it.
Yeah, but you see it all the time. People, you especially people know you got some people gonna ask you for something every day if they see.
Yep,
They
you're
gonna
right.
flag you down, man. They go kill. There you
Yep,
go, man. I know I got a bill now.
you sure right.
Yeah, I
I
know I got.
remember. My
What'd you
bad.
say, Drew?
Nah, I'll let y'all finish.
Oh, okay. You had something else, Pop?
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
I was gonna say I remember one time. Oh, this is crazy too. I thought about this, but I forgot who I was with, and he just passed away 2 days ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, brother in Christ.
Sorry to hear that.
Uh,
Yeah, I got
he was
condolences
like
on
this.
it.
He was around our age too. I don't know what happened yet, but it's crazy. But we was out evangelizing the people. And we was at a gas. We was at a gas. We was at Walmart. But it was, but yeah, we went to the gas station part. Anyway, we had ran into this dude, and we was telling him the gospel and stuff, and then asking him about his salvation, and he's sure he gonna go to heaven and all this stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I go to church. Pastor so and so, he's really good and all this, woo woo." And we was just asking him certain questions pertaining to his salvation.
Mm-hmm.
People think they going to heaven just because they go to church and
Yeah.
they feel like they're a good person. So we asking him questions. He was like, you know what? Let's do this. So he was like, let's bow our heads, guys. So he prayed. He said a prayer, and then he gave us like $5 a piece, and he was like, Yeah, man, I'm gonna get going. You guys have a good one. Thank you for everything.
Wow.
We weren't asking him for no money, no nothing. He just was trying to get us up out for me.
Yep. Golly, that's crazy. I mean, at least he got that prayer in though.
Right.
Oh man, that's crazy. See, that's kind of what I was just talking about. You know, some people try to do that just to spare you away. You got something, Jeron?
Oh yeah, man. I had to be smart, you know. I don't know if y'all
Mm-hmm.
have I don't know if y'all have it down up there y'all ways, but I know here in Virginia, man, like you got a lot of panhandlers and
Mm.
you have to know how to approach them too, because you know what I'm saying, they asking for money, but I was like, you know, to me, I'm like, man, I'd rather give you food than money,
True.
you know, and I had to learn to like to give them like food instead of money because you don't even though I don't know what they're gonna do with the money.
Yeah.
But you know, I just like if I give you money and you go out there and just do whatever with it, then it's not. I'm not supposed to like be like that.
Yeah.
But I rather just give him food and money. But kind of test him out a little bit. Like, hey, I can give you some food. He go and they'd be like, nah, I need some money. I'm like, well, nah, you don't need it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That's how you.
so,
That's a way to
so,
test them too. Yeah.
yeah, man, we got a lot of panhandlers, and they'll be at the gas station, man, and they'll be sitting right there, posted up, and they'll ask for a little bit, but that's what I do. I rather give them food than money,
Yeah.
simply because I don't know what they're gonna end up doing with it, 'Cause,
That's true. Yeah.
I don't want you buying drugs and making yourself even more worse than when you already are. But if I give you food, hey, I can feed you. But hey, that's still good.
That's true. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's spot on, Jeron. All right, fellas. Today's focus scripture, 1 Timothy 3:2. Just a continuation of that one, which is now the overseer is to be above reproach, faithful to his wife, temperate, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, and able to teach. And a new one we have up here is Titus 1:8. It reads, rather, he must be hospitable, one who loves what is good, who is self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. And today's points of action is the following topic is designed to help you develop the quality of hospitality. All right, so some questions for you guys. So showing hospitality. So the biblical meaning of hospitality is defined as the intentional, loving, and generous reception of strangers, travelers, and those in need, treating them as family. So question 1 reads, do you feel like love is the key to showing hospitality? Question 2 reads, do you feel like showing love means to do what is right? And question 3, should you develop a plan to show more hospitality? All right, anybody want to take one? You can take one. I can go first just to wake it up. I take number one. I feel like love is the key, because you gotta have a heart in those situations, man, because what I was thinking about earlier, because if you ain't got a heart in those situations, it kind of would be like you doing something for somebody. Like say for instance, you just like assisting the elderly or something or helping somebody. It'll if you don't got a heart in those situations, it'll be like you doing something for somebody, then you ask them for like money for doing what you just did, which doesn't add up, because that person didn't ask you to help them, So I feel like you got to have heart, and love is a key characteristic, of your heart. So I definitely feel like you love is the key to showing hospitality, because in those situations, You're not looking for anything in return. And you're doing things out the spite of love, and you're giving, you're receiving thank yous. I appreciate you, and like those gestures, you have the other person on the other side returning, the love back. They may not have, did put in the same effort that you did, but they showed their appreciation, so I feel like, love is the key. And I feel like the other side should return, some sort of appreciation with the gestures that you show. And I really think that builds us up as men, man, especially when we're doing those things over and over. I think those appreciation signals makes us want to do it again, and want to help more people. I'm not saying like if nobody doesn't say thank you, it's just gonna shoot us down. But you know, I, I would say in situations like that, I have stopped and thought like, was it really worth helping that person? Or then I would give it to God, like, God put me in this situation to help this person, whether they said thank you or not. I know that God is happy with me, so and then I just, I keep kicking, but it's some people kind of get beside themselves in those situations when somebody don't say thank you, and they probably would lash out on the person, or ask the person why you didn't say thank you, or I shouldn't have did that for you, and then it's starting up a whole nother type of, heated situation that didn't even have to start. So love is definitely the key to me. You got to have that love from the heart, man. And, love was one of Jesus's, number one traits, as he lived the life that he lived. All right. Anybody else want to take one?
Well, I tell you what, you need to say thank you to me, but sometimes I have had it where they didn't say thank you, and I felt some type of way, but I caught myself, and I was like,
Yeah.
I know God want me to help you, but that might be your last time getting something. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
according to what mood I be in. If I see that person again, I know they really need help, and
Yeah.
I probably give them a second chance to see if they gonna, say thank you the next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because God give me the strength and the ability to just help a person, help somebody.
He
I'm weak for that.
Yeah, he does, and I believe in situations like you saying, he would tell us to not help that person again.
Yeah, yeah.
If we following his word, and he's just putting that on our heart. We helped them that time, but if we don't feel like they deserve a second go round, and sometimes God sends us those signals,
Yep, and when
because
I see
because
that person.
sometimes helping that same person over and over again could damage you, or lead to you being in a difficult situation, and I done seen that happen to people.
It gets bad. That's a bad thing for a person to see you and just
Yeah.
have on their mind where he'll give me some. You know,
Yep. Yeah.
I, I try to break people up from that. If I see some people that's continuously asking me when they see me and so happy, hey, what's up? So happy,
Yeah.
and then ask for $1. It kind of like bring the devil in me a little bit. But I kind of catch myself and think of what I need to do.
Yeah.
I go ahead and just won't say nothing to him. But really be so angry. I want to tell him, look, don't never ask me for nothing no more. But
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to be that way. Because I
Yep.
know God know my heart ain't really like that. I love to help
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
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 So, on that situation, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. That was a good
Mm-hmm.
call out, Pop.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Anybody else got one, or any comments towards what's been said?
Well, well, I think on number two, do you feel showing love means to do what is right? Well, if you are consistent at showing love to people, and it's gonna be always in your agenda to just do the right thing, just help a person,
Yeah.
Especially if you always got it if you got it on your mind and that's what you do, you sometimes you'll forget about a lot of things, still help a person.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you gonna be doing the right thing all the time because you ain't being dirty. It can't be, but the only thing it could be is good. If you help a person like that.
Mm-hmm.
You keep consistently doing the right thing too. That ain't nothing but if you showing love, that's where your heart gonna be.
Where's your heart
Really,
gonna be? Yeah.
really training your heart and mind to just don't be dirty. Just be nice to people, no matter what.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's true. That's good. Anybody else got one? Oh, yeah, good. All right, cool.
Number three. What
Oh,
number
my bad,
three
Pop.
say?
You can go ahead and
Number
take
three say
on.
you develop a plan. I think you should develop some type of plan. If you have consistent people asking and then you consistently helping them. Sometime I develop a little plan. I won't have no money on me. I say I ain't got nothing but my card. I don't keep no money
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
So that's a good plan for just to let a person, especially people you see all the time asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I ain't got
Yeah.
no money on me. I keep my money at the house. I ain't got it. I just have my card when I go to the store.
Yeah.
And which is true. I don't have it on me. I ain't lying. Cause they
Yeah.
make me come up with that plan to just leave change and everything at home. Don't have nothing but my card.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
think
some,
I think developing a plan is a great way to
it's
to
good.
show
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
hospitality.
Because some people, I mean, some people get paid and develop a plan with it, because
Right.
they know that they're gonna be in those specific type of situations for the week to come, so they'll be like, all right, I'll grab $100, and have it on me, probably split up into fives or tens because I know I'm gonna run into some people that may ask me for something, and I have this specific amount of money this go around to be generous with, or to give, so that's sort of like a plan as well, when you know what's coming, or or you may be a person that's like, I'm gonna lend a helping hand, this go around and find someone that needs assistance with doing something, or find a family member that may need help around the house. That's sort of like developing a plan, because as men, our days get busy, and we only have so much time to do a lot of things, so I feel like developing a plan is definitely strong if you
Mhm.
want to, help someone, or help someone, with assistance with something like, around the house or something like that. And a very alternate way of just, giving money out, because it's a lot of people that won't even accept your money, and they just be looking for a helping hand, so yeah. Oh, Jeron say he with you, Pops, so they carry a card. Ah. All right, read it. I'm gonna read a few segments. The first one is gonna be practicing hospitality. The second one is gonna be the need is still with us. The third one is a willing spirit, and the last one is hospitality begins at home. All right, so let me bring it up over here. All right, practicing hospitality. So, all right, practicing hospitality. So this story and many like it are contemporary illustrations of applying Paul's exhortations in Romans 12:13. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. The word hospitable means being generous and caring for others. That is why we call our medical centers hospitals. Wow, that's a good point. They are places where we can help people who are physically and emotionally hurting. However, the church is also to be a hospital, not only an environment for spiritual healing, but also a place to meet one another's physical and emotional needs. All right, the need is still with us. Special needs emerge in the same way today, and when they do, God's people should respond to those needs. In the churches, we develop. I think I'm reading the wrong one. It is. Okay, I didn't mean to put that one. Sorry, guys. All right, so a willing spirit. Let me jump to a willing spirit. I didn't mean to put that one, the second one. The basis of hospitality is true Christian love. Peter made this point clear when he wrote, "Above all, keep fervent in your love for one another, because love covers a multitude of sin." And that comes from 1 Peter 4:8. He then followed this powerful admonition by saying, "Be hospitable to one another without complaint." A willing spirit and unselfish motives are the true test of Christian love. We are not to respond to others' needs because it is our responsibility or simply a duty. Rather, it is to come from our hearts. We are not to love others for reward, but because God first loved us. Rewards will be granted. You cannot truly reach out to others without eventually receiving. But receiving should not be a part of our basic motivation in demonstrating hospitality. St. Francis of Assisi captured this concept of unselfish motives better than anyone I know. Even though he probably didn't have a complete understanding of salvation by grace through faith, nevertheless, he captured what it means to be hospitable. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, bring light. Where there is sadness, bring joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love, for it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. All right, the final one, hospitality begins at home. The overall teaching from Scripture regarding the quality of hospitality as a sign of maturity definitely focuses on the way we use our homes. This was particularly true in the New Testament world. Believers had no permanent place to meet except in homes. If a man become a spiritual leader, chances are the church would meet in his home. How could he be qualified as a spiritual leader without being generous in the area of hospitality? Showing hospitality is a mark of maturity in any Christian man. True, our economic circumstances influence how much we are able to do. The size of our homes make a difference in the number of people we can entertain. But on the other hand, in the churches I've pastored, I have seen people with small homes and apartments demonstrate hospitality just as often as people who have large homes. True Christian love transcends economic status, and when it does, it should. This is why Jesus wrote, "But the brother of humble circumstances is to glory in his high position, and the rich man is to glory in his humiliation, because like flowering grass, he will pass away." All right, guys, any comments on any of those readings? All right, cool. Let's keep rolling.
Well, Coach, I tell you one thing on practicing hospitality, on that practicing hospitality, it's a good thing, good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you get your blessings, it's blessing after blessing with it.
Yeah.
So if you ain't real good with it and don't understand it, it's best to practice it.
It's best to practice, yeah.
And it'll make you better with it.
It definitely is, because a lot of people struggle with it, so I mean, start small, and just build your way up.
Right.
You don't have to give nobody the world. It's a lot of people just think that giving is, in this day and age today, a lot of people think that giving has to mean, so much, or has to, things given have to be at a certain extent, for it to mean something to somebody, but, that's not the case, you're embracing with your heart, and you're doing something, because like with people that have that thought that they have to give so much or something of that sort, they end up not doing it at all, because they feel like they go to feeling like they may not meet that person's expectations, and then they just pull out entirely. I say that because it has happened to me in the past. I'll think about, doing generous things, and then I'll be like, this might not be enough. This person might not appreciate this or may not like that. Then I end up not doing it at all. So, that's why I'm saying like that practice is definitely needed. Especially to work your way up into being generous. Especially when you can start small with just helping someone, or giving giving people out on the street a few dollars if they ask for it. So I feel like
Especially
that's
if you see them
that's where
all the
that
time.
practice come in. Yeah, yeah,
You see somebody every day asking you, that ain't right. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
what's
yeah,
wrong with him? He need to go get a job, or that's what I'll be thinking.
yeah.
And it's great with hospitality to begin at home, because it could begin with your
Oh
family.
yeah, yeah,
Growing up
yeah,
of your kids, you want to give to them and make sure they don't need nothing.
yeah.
And that's great practice at home.
Because they see you doing it, and man, that's going
They
that's
rub
gonna
off
get them
on them,
that's gonna get them started early.
they gonna want to give to their friends at school or anything. I want to give them
Yep,
something.
yep.
Yeah.
All right, that was good, Pop.
All right. Thanks.
All right, so our discussion questions for tonight before we get into closing. Reflect on it. So number one, why do we hesitate to practice hospitality as we should? Number two, what can we do to overcome the barriers that keep us from practicing hospitality? Number three, can you think of something you'd like to do immediately to begin to develop this spiritual quality in your life? And number four, what are some of the things you're already doing to show hospitality? All right, anybody want to take one? You can go for it.
I guess take number one is why do we hesitate to practice hospitality as we should? Um, I feel like sometimes it could be for our own safety,
Mm,
Um,
yeah,
just being nice you being nice, man, and people look at it and they take it for granted,
it's true. Yeah.
um, especially when people know you, that's
Yeah.
why. That's why sometimes you can't tell people, you can't show your pocket, to people. Whether like you got the clothes and the shoes and everything, because people gonna look at it like you got money and stuff, and they
Mm-hmm.
start coming to you. When they see the nice things you got, instead of seeing the hard work. You know what I'm saying? They looking at you like, yo, you got it. You know, I'm gonna keep asking.
That's
You know,
true.
that's when people be asking you for money. Well, you know, my little brother, man, he used to tell me that too, man. I ain't really didn't look at it until like a couple of years ago. They see you go on trips, they see you do this and that, and they just feel like you got it, and they just hitting you up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a cheerful giver, but I had to learn that, hey, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, then hey, you don't.
That's true. Yeah.
And I'm like Mr. K. I ain't lying when they say, when they be like, man, you got $20, I be like, man, I ain't got it for you. Yeah, I ain't got it for you. I might got it for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I got it for me, but I might not have it for you. So, say
That's
I ain't
true.
lying. I
That's
ain't
right.
lying when I say I ain't
That's
got it
right,
for you.
Jay.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and plus, man, like, do you really need it though? Get to the point where like somebody asks you for $20.
Mm. That's
You
a
know
good
what I'm
one
saying?
right there.
Like, do you really need twenty
Do
dollars?
you really need it?
Like, if you need $20, man, you might well just wait till the next check or something come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
$20 shouldn't hurt, but but people just be like, man, you can give $20 or whatever. Like, nah, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Like man, like shoot, man, people don't understand that, man. Little
Look at
middle
that.
class,
Look at it.
man,
Look at that. Look at that car you drive. Look at that. They start
man.
they start talking about the stuff you got on and what you driving then.
Right, but they don't understand the taxes and everything in Virginia either.
Right.
That Commonwealth, man, it's something serious.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, I had to learn that, like, man, you can't show your pockets. You can't show your pockets. And you just can't let nobody know you got what you got.
Yeah.
That's something you
Yeah.
work hard for, and you gotta sometimes save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I feel like if I'm gonna give, man, my limit gonna be 50, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be my highest limit. And I mean, it depends. It depends on your circle too, man. I mean,
Yeah.
who's your top tier versus who's your bottom tier.
Yeah.
Um, of course, your top tier. What I'm saying, ask for anything. So I hate to put that. I hate to say that, man, but you gotta have your top level friends and you just got associates. You got associates, and then you got those friends you call family. So, but
That's how you balance it out though.
yeah, man,
You
shoot,
can't you can't have everybody at the top or you'll drive yourself crazy.
right.
Yeah, that was good, Jeron. And I feel like, I feel like men hesitate sometimes because they have them situations where somebody will ask them for like, for money. Then that person might say, I'm gonna give it back to you Friday, and you never hear from that person. And I feel like some men get in that cycle over and over and they be like, man, I ain't giving nobody else nothing. And I think that leads to a lot of men not, giving people money like later in life and stuff because they've been in those situations where people would say they would give them something back and it just, it never happened.
Yeah, I'd never ask nothing in return because I was like, you know what? If I got it, I got it. If I
Yep,
don't, hey, if I don't, I don't. You know what I'm saying? You can get what I can give you, and you probably get the rest from somebody else. But I'm gonna
exactly.
give you
Yeah.
what I can.
Yeah. But
That's
don't sit there telling me you're gonna give it back to me because now you're gonna make me look
ooh,
for it.
yeah, I hate that, man. Like my mind already be running, man. But man,
Yeah, exactly. Just let me give it to you without you saying you're gonna give it back, man.
right. Black people, they gonna always remind you that you owe them, man. Like.
Yeah,
That's anybody
that's
though.
true.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying, that's anybody. Like, man, you owe somebody, man. Hey, you
They gonna
gonna
let you know.
I tell some people, I said, man, you don't owe me nothing. Cause I don't even want to thank you owe me. I said, you don't owe me nothing.
But you have some people you say that then they argue back like, man, I'm gonna give it back to you,
Yeah, I'm
man.
gonna give it
I
to
gotta
you.
give it back to you.
Yep.
try to earn that trust, man.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I'm like, man, it's okay, man. I'm not looking at it like you're struggling, bro. It's okay.
Right.
It's like so many
Hey,
men get that feeling that you think they struggling just because they done asked you for
Yep,
something,
and they feel bad too. They kind of
Yeah, they
feel bad
start
when
feeling
they do.
bad. Yeah. Yeah.
But also, man, I just be like, man, yeah, just being like, yo, it's okay, man. I understand you trying to gain your trust level, but man, like, not paying me back on time, you still lost trust, man. Like,
Yeah.
like, shoot, man, like, man, I ain't got it. I had to do this, do that. Like, man, well, shoot, I gave
That's
it to you,
what
no problem, like,
exactly, bro. That's why I'm like, just eliminate all that and just take what I give you. You ain't gotta go on with the I had to do this for this person. Then they go into deep stories. I'm like, man, all this could have been avoided.
right,
Trying to
man.
explain to you why they needed it.
Yeah.
My wife said, all type
I'm,
of conversation.
I'm like, man, it don't even take all that, man. But some people just want you to, like you said, Pop, some people just want you to feel sorry for them, and they feel like that's going to definitely open up that door for you to give them what they're asking
Amen.
for.
Amen.
But in reality, when you Christian, like, when
Hey,
you
100.
Christian led men like us, it don't even take all that, because if we got it to give, we will give it, but
Amen.
if
Amen.
we don't got it, sort of like Jeron was saying, we just don't got it. Just be honest. God ain't said nothing about if you ain't got it, you still gotta give it. He just said lead with your heart. If you leading with your heart and you honestly don't have it, don't give it. Or you can have it and don't want to give. Like
Don't give your
God ain't
last $5 away and you
yeah,
fall
exactly.
behind.
Yeah. I'm like, it don't
I'm
say nothing
not.
nowhere in the Bible that you have to give if you have it.
Nah,
So
they ain't doing that now, man. And look, you say that, man. Them panhandlers, man. If you ain't got the cash, they be like, "Hey, man, that's an ATM
yeah,
machine
no, I
over
know,
there,
I
man."
know, I
Like,
know. Yeah, they start shoot. They got Zelle, Cash App, barcodes, everything now.
I'm like, man, how you get a cash out, man? You out here, man? Like,
Man, they got everything now, bro. You can't get past they. It's hard to get past them now.
yeah, I was like, I mean, I couldn't believe that dude told me, "Hey, man, there's an ATM machine over there." I'm like, look, man, you don't control my money, like,
Yeah,
man, like,
yeah.
I
When they go
understand,
when they go to saying all that, something ain't adding up, man.
Yeah, it's a person at me that I had cash app. I told him I don't do no cash app. He looked at me like, man, you supposed to have cash app and you need to get it tomorrow. I said, man, I don't do
but
no
man,
cash app.
I feel sorry. I do be feeling sorry though, cause like it's like now when I go to the store, I see somebody just kind of doing a panhandling thing. I just kind of ignore them, man. It sucks, man, but I have to because
I've
man,
done
when that
that.
person said,
I ain't gonna even lie. I've done that a lot, bro.
I mean, but man, I'd be like, man, look, I can get you something to eat, but that's why I'd be like, yo, I can get you something to eat, but I can't give you no cash because just
Yeah.
from that, just from that trigger moment when that dude told me, man, you can go to the ATM. I'm like. Man, that was crazy, bro. But yeah, they done upgraded now, man. I don't know how these people getting cash app and all that, man.
But then you
But
go into the ATM donating money to the ATM because you got to pay the fee.
I don't think Capital One does that. Yeah, I got a Capital One, man, but they don't
Well, I'm
charge
talking
like
about
that.
if you were just going to a random ATM and he was talking about his ATM over there and it was just random.
Well, yeah, if it's random, you're going to have to pay a fee.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
go
if
I
you
to a
don't
just
know,
go to a
man.
you can pay
random
their fee.
like at a gas station or some shoe, you gonna pay about $3, 3.50.
I don't know. I think Capital One charged $1 though. I think it was free
Oh,
or it
okay.
was like $1 or something. So, but but yeah, man, I be hating it, man, because you be like, man, God gonna get me, man.
You sure you sure got it
It,
thinking like that too, bro.
man, I stay thinking like that. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, God, bro, but hey, you know, but don't pay that,
Whole time God ain't even worried about. I ain't even worried about it.
man.
I
Shoot,
know
I
you're
be
doing
praying
the
in my
right
car,
thing.
bro. I be like, yo, God, send somebody to help him because I can't.
But he gonna be happy in them situations we do indulge, and able to help though, for sure.
Right, man.
All right, fellas. Anybody got? Another one they want to take?
Let's see what we got, Jeron.
Number two, we kind of covered it. I feel like to overcome those barriers, I feel like we should develop a plan, you know, for those situations, because I feel like I'm not gonna say it should be on our minds, but I think we should be, level headed enough, as like as Christ like men to be able to handle those situations and not trying to avoid those situations, whether we're being honest that we don't have it, or if we have it and we're giving it, I don't feel like I've done in the past. I mean, years and years ago, like trying to avoid someone because they about to ask for something, So I'm trying to train myself to be prepared, in those situations, whether I don't have it and just praying for that person, like just saying something like, I don't have it, sir, can I offer you a prayer? So just, kind of ways to switch it up, because like as we discussed, it don't always have to involve money, because that same person see you and you continuously giving them money, they gonna continuously ask for it, or they gonna continuously look for it though. So I feel like to avoid those barriers, man, switch it up, because you can. I feel like it's time that you can have it and still not give and just pray for the person. That's giving them a prayer. That's giving them some enlightenment in their life. So technically you're still giving something. They're not leaving empty-handed. They're leaving with God's words. And sometimes that's all somebody need.
Amen.
Now they got blessings flourishing out of nowhere. The next few hours or the next day. Just because you pray for them. Because you can easily give them $5 and what's gonna happen? They're gonna need $5 more. They're gonna need $5 more. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that prayer, man, pushes. Well, not sometimes, almost all the time, that prayer pushes further than, offering funds or just putting something in someone's hands. Um, I mean, holding someone's hand and praying with them, man, it just um travels way further than, those funds. All right, fellas, anybody else got one? I know we got about 4 minutes left.
But number four, like, what are some of the things you're already doing to show hospitality? Just try to give. I've been trying to just give. I give a lot, and I help
Mm-hmm.
people. Just try to help someone. Try
Yeah,
to just even look for someone that need help. That sometimes that who you think really need it,
yeah,
and just practice on being. I just give, man, and pray for people. And it just when you got a giving heart and you just feel like you just want to help someone, to me, I'm already doing that. I do it every day. And people be
yeah,
glad to see me when I come around because they figure like they can ask somebody for something that might give it to them,
yeah,
you know. And that's a good thing that I'm gonna keep trying to keep doing it for the rest of my life. Just give people, just give,
yeah. That's
you know.
good, Pop.
And
That's
and
that's Christ-like behavior.
That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to get. That's what I want to be. So I'm trying to keep my consistency up with that.
Yeah,
Trying to just be a better me, be a better
yeah,
person, just do everything that in my thought that Christ will want me to do and what he did for people.
definitely. Yep.
Yeah. I pray for myself, I pray for strength for me. I keep
Mm-hmm.
asking I need strength. I keep recognizing it. I let them know that I need him. I pray to him, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect. I just try to do better and everything, and it's been doing good for me.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Especially when you feel it working.
Do
Yeah.
you have a feeling when it's like a right time to give though? Like let us say like, you do see one of those panhandlers or whatever. Do you have that feeling like, yo, he might need it, let me just give it to him.
I I really don't have that feeling. The feeling I have when I see a panhandler, I want to give him something, but I'm always trying to. Some a vision always come to me like I'm looking at a movie when they panhandling, then they pull a jacket off, and they can go get in a Mercedes Benz. That's what I be thinking about them, but I try to strengthen
But
myself to just be better in my decisions on that one.
I think I see where you're going with that question, Jeron, because
Okay.
some I guess some people would it would be kind of like after they did something bad, they feel like they can be a cover up, and that might be the right time to give somebody something. So I kind of see where that question could go that you're asking because it's some people probably just did something bad and want to please feel like they want to please God or just kind of turn a situation around, and then they give somebody something, like you saying, like a panhandler. They give a panhandler something, some money or something. Now they feeling like they kind of covered up probably a sinful thing they may have done or something. Um so yeah, I can see people having that thought as well in situations where you may think it's a certain time you should be giving, or if this is the right time to give somebody something versus if this is the wrong time. Because I mean, life goes on, and life be going so smooth for some people, they don't even think about giving, they just living their life.
Amen.
So you have a lot of people like stuck in that phase as well, just because things are going good for them, they're just tuned in on themselves so much that they're not even thinking about, helping anyone else. I'm not judging them, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people that get stuck in that mind state when things are going so good for them. They don't want anybody to interrupt what they got going on. So they kind of stay in their own little shell, and kind of don't even really think about giving probably.
Probably a lot of Christians probably won't help.
Yeah,
You
I agree with you, Pop.
They probably won't even help you, man. Got a number of money. I'm not
I
there. I'm
agree
not.
with you. Yeah.
I just show you how the devil, how Satan working too.
Yep.
He got some of them
But
just changing their mind, don't want to help.
it said the majority of the problematic people are in the church, you know um
Man, that is so true.
cuz they're so judgmental and etc. So when it comes to situations with money and stuff, man, that's why it's a lot of churches messed up, man, because they so worried about what the pastor doing with the money and what the church doing with the money, man. So
You could be on the sick report. Somebody gonna want to know well, I wonder what they gave him.
yeah.
It's just like that.
Exactly.
It
Yep.
just falls it's just like that.
Yep.
Especially in the churches.
Exactly.
These
Them is
small churches are the worst ones. So I
Oh,
don't know
it's the
what.
small churches, the worstest, man.
Mm,
It's like they count each other pockets. They looking in the pot and seeing how much in the pot.
so true. They, they, they looking at when you pass the beloved offering around. How many ones in there? How many
Yeah.
he put a five in there.
Man, who put that 20 in there?
They put a 20 in there. Don't put 1,000 in there. They lie the church will be over with.
Oh, it's over with.
Church out there.
They got it. They gonna have to end service after that.
Yeah,
Especially
some of them, some of them be boasting too, man. They be like, man,
That's true.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna give this much right here. I'm like, man, you can't let nobody. I guess you're not supposed to let nobody know how much you giving, man. So
Yeah, they want to see how much you putting in there.
yeah, I'm like,
But
nah, it ain't gonna work.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, I always thought about that. I was like, man, I ain't telling nobody. Cause then,
Yeah.
like, what I'm saying, how I supposed to get the blessing if I'm telling it.
Yeah.
So,
Shoot, these churches got Zelle and Cash App now too.
man, they do really.
Yeah, man. These churches ain't shoot. There's a lot of churches doing that too. Or like got their own way of giving over their website or something, using a
Yeah,
credit
yeah,
card.
the website, yeah, they got that though. I go to a
Yeah.
white church, man. I don't think they got a Zelle. I think they just got a website you can go to and you can give on there. So
Oh yeah, they keep things in order, there. But I know I didn't been to a black church where I think like the pastor was displaying his like Cash App and Zelle, so
his cash out, or the church cash out.
his because it was like his birthday though, so
Oh, okay.
it was kind of a different situation then. I will say that, but he don't display he wasn't displaying his Cash App like every service though. But it was still kind of different for me, like seeing him just display his Cash App in Zelle. So I was just like I wasn't judging him or nothing, but it was just something that was new to me because I was like, oh well, it's just we see something new every day, especially in this era of life for sure.
Right. But it's like but also it's like I can get wow, you have to give like a certain amount in a church though, because
Mm-hmm.
people go into church, man, well the church I go to, what I'm saying, they be serving coffee and tea
Yeah,
and
yep. I
everything else,
I
man.
be
So I'm
looking at
like,
that too, yeah.
stuff costs. Stuff costs, people gotta
They do.
teach and
Then
they
they
have
give you
schools.
they handing out programs. They got to pay to get that stuff printed out and
Yo. So it's a
yeah,
lot,
like you
man.
say,
Like,
school. Like they got they take the kids away during service. Have like the little. Some of them have like the
mhm.
little child care during service. So what you're giving is definitely benefiting the church. No matter what you're giving, for sure.
amen on that one. Because what you giving sure gonna benefit the church.
Because shoot, the workers standing at the door, if they not like ministry leader, like in the ministries or anything, the workers got to get paid. Churches have security and everything, man. So I be thinking about all that as well.
Yeah, directing traffic.
Yeah.
Okay. But them big churches, they gonna make theirs though.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah,
no question about that.
yeah.
And then I just realized like man, they be like that like your giving also pay for the I think it pays for the mission trips too. So
Oh yeah, yep.
so like a lot of times they do mission trips. So some stuff, man, you can just go, you can just do it for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, fellas. New week. New goals. Anybody got anything to discuss today?
Nothing, man. I'm just working on my lint. So kind of tough, man. So tough
Oh,
with the
I know.
lint, man.
Yeah, I know that's tough. Man, who seen the 50 Cent and Ti beef? I'm like, man, where did this come from?
Unnecessary. I guess because he wanted to do a verses, and I guess 50 Cent said no, and Ti trying to you know get him to do it. So
I'm like, man, this is crazy.
unnecessary beef, man. Like
I'm
I'm
just
like,
like,
man,
I'm like, how did 50 blow that out of proportion? All he had to do was say no. Like, he turned
well,
it
I like
into What'd you say, Jeron?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Nah, I just was saying 50 done turned it into posting videos of T.I. in the courtroom, and I'm like, man, where all this coming from?
Man, that man talk about that man mom. His man, one of the TR kids, man, posted 50 Cent mom tombstone. I said, come on, man. You out of
Yeah,
pocket.
I'm like,
Like,
man, people saying like this, like the Big and Tupac beef. I'm like, man, it's crazy.
nah, that ain't Big and
Nah,
Tupac.
that's why I was like, I don't think it ain't went that crazy. Cause
Yeah, ain't nobody.
somebody been to pulled up, tried to pull up at somebody's house or something if it went that far.
They ain't beating that because 50 Cent still beefing with Ja Rule to this day,
Man, I'm
man.
talking about 50 Cent beefing with Jim Jones. Man, 50 Cent beefing with everybody, man.
But he using it for
One of
like
the New
to
York
get
rappers.
paid though.
Yeah, yep. I
That's that
think he
New
tried,
York.
yeah. And he running all them shows and movies, man. 50 trying to get that attention.
Man, I don't know, but he ain't gonna never forgive Ja Rule though, man. I think him and Tony Yayo got into it on the plane. I said,
Yeah, they
man,
did. I saw that.
them
Ja
boys
Rule.
do not like him, man. They just don't like each other, man. I mean, it's crazy, but I was like, dang, they really beefing. Like
They
to this
really
day,
beefing, bro.
20 plus years ago, you still beefing. Like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah, I saw somebody say, man, y'all uncle now, man. Lay it down. Chill out.
but in Ja Rule, but Ja Rule winning though. His kids married, bro. He's married, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
50 Cent and his kid, man. Unfortunately, they getting into it and everything, but that
I'm
lets
like
you know
50,
when it comes that fatherhood important, man. Because 50,
50,
because
50
50,
don't he don't even want to claim the son, huh?
right? So when Ja Rule, he get to go to his kid's wedding, and you
Yeah,
know,
Ja Rule winning in silence right now.
absolutely.
He just
But
he had to say something on that plane though.
yeah, that was crazy though, man. I'm like Tony, yeah, you ain't got money like Ja Rule got, man. Like,
I'm like, man, 50 up here posting these guys like he giving them money or supporting them. But I don't know what he doing for them, but it don't seem like he helping them out. I don't know.
He ain't giving them nothing. Not that
Nah,
we know of. We ain't never heard of him being affiliated with him at all.
exactly.
Yeah, he doing his own thing. They all been doing their own thing. They probably just heard somebody say something or somebody done made something up and they just
Yeah.
going with
Yep. That's true, Pop.
it. Yeah.
I think 50 Cent really do take care of Tony Yayo though, because Tony Yayo like been
I
down
will
for him.
say he like Yayo the most though. So
Yeah,
I can see that happening. But them other ones, I don't see it.
nah.
Because they kind of been out the picture for a while.
I think Lloyd Banks coming out with a new album though.
Yeah, I like Lloyd, man.
I like
But
him too, but I'm wondering is he gonna sound the same because it's many years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
What
true
he gonna
too,
come with?
now.
Everybody gonna be ready to hear it. I know that.
Yeah,
man, that's crazy. But the game, I don't know, man. He kind of doing what he want to do too, man. I think all these rappers, man, I guess
yeah,
now they just like, man, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, man.
yeah.
They
True.
getting
But
bored.
but like I say, man, you got rappers like Future, man. I'm like, look, man, you cool, but man, hang it up. You're 40, you can't be rapping about being in the clubs and stuff, man. Like,
Sipping lean, man. Popping pills.
I mean, come on, man. Like these rappers, they feel like I'm like, man, just be like Snoop, man. Like go to Winter Olympics and
Yeah, they
do
love
something.
Snoop.
Nah,
Snoop got the hooker.
man. Snoop in every commercial you
Yeah.
would ever see, bro.
Snoop already got his Hall of Fame stuff going. He gonna be a legend.
Man,
Absolutely, white people love Snoop, man.
Yep.
man, they love him, bro.
White people
Anytime you
love
in,
Snoop.
anytime you in a Super Bowl commercial and
Everything.
everything, bro.
Everything, bro.
I'm
But
like,
you know
this
what
dude
though?
Snoop.
He is a good commentator though on the slick though.
He
Yeah, he
is though.
is.
Yeah,
He a comedian like too.
yeah,
Yeah, he real good commentator when he be talking with them sports guys. He be knowing just as much as they know.
yeah.
Hmm. But he got his own league too, though. So
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right. He coached kids and stuff.
That's
yeah,
why you know that
CJ,
football too.
yeah, CJ Stroud, all them, they come from Snoop League.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Snoop, man, he pretty dope, man. For
Yeah,
doing,
he
he's
is though.
selling
Yeah.
like Master P, man. He got his own cereal out too. He's selling cereal, man.
Man,
They call
Master
Snoop
P,
Loops.
Master P gonna make money till he leave this earth, man.
man, Master P, bro.
Master P gonna kill black people, bro. That man gonna kill black people, bro. He'll rap stack. You see all that soda over there, bro?
Yeah,
Oh,
he got it
oh
full
my
of flavor.
God, man.
He got plenty of flavor in it. He had some
Man,
hot
he
Man,
sauce chips,
strong.
man. He had some hot sauce like chips. I couldn't even meet them, man.
man, you know them chips bad for you the minute you open the bag, cause it be stuff all over the
Yeah.
sides of 'em.
Hey, you know that man got pancake mix, bro?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh man, I've been to try them if I seen them.
I'm
Man, let me
like,
get
man,
some.
P. I know he got some rich out them rap snacks though, boy.
Yeah, I didn't know he
But
was. He ain't
I
even a
wonder,
full.
I wonder
He
if
was
he was having
a,
to pay the people though to put their face on the, to use their
Pay for them
face and.
design them.
I don't know, but little Romeo's his own son was like, man, you owe me. I was like, man, he really don't owe
Romeo
you, bro.
probably designed that.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Unless P pay him unless he paid him a one-time fee and like, you got to sign this contract.
But I don't think Master P would do anybody wrong though.
Nah, I doubt. I feel like they get probably a percentage of the sales of their particular bag of chips though.
Yeah, they
Whether
should.
it's whether it's 10, 20, 25, probably not that much. Probably 10 or 15% of each sale probably.
Yeah, because he stated that like he done gave all his team like houses and everything. They
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
he taking care of it then for
yeah,
sure.
but
I
everybody
tell
talking about
you,
some he ain't doing nothing. I'm like, man. But he was like, yeah, man, I don't do music no more. I like doing I like selling cereal stuff. Product don't talk back.
I know he coaching that New Orleans team, so I know he got some money for signing that contract.
He coached a New Orleans team?
Yeah, the college basketball team.
Dang. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He actually like the director of the basketball of their basketball something like that, man. I don't know. I don't think I think he like the director. Yeah, something like that. But I know his son playing out here in Houston, so I know he probably travel out here a lot.
his son in college.
Yeah, his son played with the Houston Cougars.
Oh, what
Yeah.
his last name Miller or something?
Miller, yeah, Percy Miller.
Is it
Oh,
Hershey?
I'm gonna
Hershey,
look
right?
for him. They playing right now, Houston now.
No, that's Hershey. The Hershey younger than Hershey
Ain't
the
one of
younger one.
ain't one of them playing in Memphis?
Um. Oh, I think you might be right, Jeron. I'm looking it up.
He might be in Memphis now.
Yeah, oh, it's Mercy Miller. He played with
Hershey.
the Yeah, he played with the Cougars. He played with Houston Cougars.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Hershey, Memphis, right?
Yeah, Hershey younger than Mercy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he at Memphis.
Man, that's awesome, man. You got his kids in college playing basketball, man.
Yeah,
Oh, they
that's
should
awesome,
go
man.
to the league.
Yeah. Yeah. He went.
Right. That man scored on he scored on buckets, bro, and left.
For real.
He got his
Man.
name in the scoring thing. He scored something. He made it.
Who did that?
Talking about Master P.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he scored him a few points. He got proof he was in pro.
Yeah, that's true.
I think J. Cole played too, I think.
Yeah, I think they said J. Cole was real good
Yeah,
in
he did.
basketball.
Yeah.
Quick.
All right, fellas. Good talks tonight, man, with y'all for sure. So challenge leaving out. Think about one goal you would like to achieve as a result of today's study and write it out. And then we're gonna pray for one another and any goals that may be in progress. All right, so leading out with a prayer. Father God, help us grow in hospitality so that we may show your love to others. Make us brothers aware of people around us who want a friend or have a need that we can meet. Give us a desire to open our home and let all worldly comparison fall away. Forgive us for the times we have let details take over. Our home is your home, and we choose this day to be obedient in response to the lead of the Holy Spirit. Help us invite and welcome people, new and old, into our house or challenge us to host elsewhere. It is inspiring to read about the early church and the importance of having a place to meet, eat, and pray. Help us see kingdom value in the ministry of hospitality to all ages. Grow in us a spirit of eagerness to practice hospitality and destroy all the lies of the enemy telling us that we are not talented enough or that our house is not trendy, tidy, or big enough. Open our heart and direct us this week to one way we can begin to serve and welcome others. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Man.
All right, fellas, have a great evening.
Let's see y'all wins.
Peace out.